So here's the standing pose, and so the main rules are your feet are facing forwards, they're shoulder width apart, which is 2 fists, so you can measure it like that. Your knees are soft and your pelvis is a neutral position, so between your pubic bone and hip bones is flat. So on a side profile it's looking like that. You're not too slumped forward and you're not too much with your bottom out. Then you want to feel that your front of your ribs and your hips are over each other. So just pop your thumb on your ribs and your fingers on your hips and just check that you're in line, so you're not sticking your chest out way over in front of your hips and you're not slumped back behind. So you're stacked on top. Then you want to be making your body as tall as possible, keeping that alignment there. Your shoulders are, if you hitch them up to your ears, then just relax them backwards and downwards. You're not pulling them backwards like that. It's not a tension position. It's backwards, downwards and relaxed. And then your neck is really long, as though you're being pulled up to the ceiling. And you're tucking your chin back a little bit, but not so tight that you're getting a double chin. So it's just a relaxed glide back. So in those, that's the position for doing it. Then you need to lean forward slightly, but as a hinge. So if you just look at me from the side, you're coming forward as a hinge. You're not leaning forward from the hips, you're coming forward from the ankle. Okay, just so you can feel enough weight on your toes, on the balls of your feet. You don't want your toes gripping, so if you go too far, your toes are gripping and you're coming off. So you're just bringing your weight forward enough, keep your neck nice and long. And then your knees need to be just a little bit relaxed, because a lot of people flick them right back. Okay, so when you're doing the breath, try and keep your jaw relaxed and your tongue at the bottom of your mouth, so that it's not pushing against the back of your throat. That will just restrict your breath. Okay, so always think relaxed jaw. So I'll show you one round of it. I can't talk during it, and then I'm going to get my husband to come and be a model. So a nice way to check that you're doing it right, you need to breathe into the side of your ribs, so not into the tops of your ribs. You shouldn't be lifting your ribs up. You've just hands on your side of your ribs. So feet shoulder width apart, pelvis flat, body tall, hands on your ribs, chin tucks back a little bit so your eyes are facing forwards. You're going to breathe in for 3 and out for 6 for 2 breaths. And the third breath, you're going to breathe in for 3, out for 6. At the end of that breath, when you've got no breath left at all, you're going to pause for a second, and then you're going to lift your ribs outwards as you've been doing, but without breathing in. So some people find it useful to think about sniffing a flower, but without actually breathing in. I find it useful to think about your rib cage being like a helmet, and you're taking it out to the side and off over your head. So you're bringing it out and off, and that's the feel of the lift that you're going to do. It doesn't matter if you see everything suck in or you don't see anything at all. Everyone's got different abdominal muscles and it responds differently. So I'll just show you breathing in and out. In for 3, out for 3. 6, sorry. In for 3, out for 6, pause and vacuum. And gently breathing in again. So your vacuum you hold as long as you can, up to 10 seconds really. And then you take a breath, your gentle breath in after that finishes. Try and do the vacuum, so you're lifting your ribs really slowly. You don't have to do it really quickly. Right, Mike, come and stand for me. So if you just stand where I was standing there, that's lovely.